Hello, my name is Zach Beckstrom. How great does free Wi-Fi sound? That is exactly what has been provided through citywide networks in both the United States and Europe. There have been successes and failures in this endeavor, however the benefits outweigh the negatives. That is why I propose that cities should provide wireless internet access like they would any other utility, for it has become a need that most people really can't live without. You may wonder, is it really the job of the government to provide a luxury like internet access to its citizens? To that I would ask you, is it really a luxury? Not anymore. To talk too much about this I feel would be like preaching to the choir and talking to an online class. In fact, back in 2011, there was a UN report that declared internet access a human right. This was done after two-thirds of Syria lost their internet access after it was cut by their government, likely as a reaction to civil unrest that was going on in the country. So, even though most of us don't have to worry about the government cutting our internet access, it is vital to our everyday lives. So some of you may already organize your lives so that you take care of all your online business while you're at home or work. Now let me ask, how much more effective could you be if you never had to worry about having free internet access, if you could just get it wherever you were? What if you could hold group meetings easily from your car using a smartphone? This increased efficiency would also apply to business and government employees as well. As a result, the economy of a city is bolstered because so much of our interactions require internet access. And besides increased efficiency, perhaps the strongest reason that we should have municipal networks is to provide internet access to low-income families. There are many that simply cannot afford it. In fact, there's a story back in February of this year where a bunch of libraries in Treasure Valley, that is the area around Boise, actually checking out hotspots to people. Basically, they allowed people to check out this device that they could take home, and that would give everyone in their household free wireless access. And this is important because about 250 people come to the library each day to use the internet. And they all come to do things like apply for jobs and update their resumes and check their emails. And they're vital tasks nowadays. And there's a very large population of people out there who really just can't afford to have an internet provider set them up internet access in their own home. And so, I mean, this free internet access provided by the city sounds great, right? So why might people be apprehensive about such an endeavor? So I guess the biggest reason that's usually brought up is the cost of the network. And one estimate I was able to find is actually 10 years old, so by now it's probably not as expensive. And the estimate said it was about $70,000 per square mile. And Rexburg itself is about 10 square miles, so according to that estimate, it'd be about $700,000 to equip Rexburg with free municipal Wi-Fi internet access. And so, as you can see, a lot of people are put back a little bit by the initial expense. A lot of that expense is mostly just setting up the equipment and setting up the network throughout the city. And in fact, when cities decide to implement a citywide network, they actually go through a process where they ask companies to provide bids for the project, or basically estimates on how much they can provide it for. And a lot of companies will actually do it at their own expense, because they can, in exchange for ad revenue that they can gain through the wireless network, that can help alleviate the cost. And the estimate that I gave is rather high. So yeah. So there are also some people who have concerns about security as well, because wireless internet has historically been notoriously easy to hack. And however, in recent years, improvements have been made that have significantly increased the security of it. Improvements in encryption been made a lot better, and just there are protocols that just make it a lot more secure. And if a wireless internet access connection is properly set up, it actually is very hard to hack into or to steal information from. And so for a project like this, it would be set up by professionals who know what they were doing. So they should be able to secure the network and make sure that it's safe. So wireless access and the technology required for it is rapidly improving. It is becoming more accessible and increasingly important. And as a result, I think it is important for local governments everywhere, especially in rural areas where options for internet access are scarce, to seriously consider this issue. So I strongly encourage you to contact your representatives to bring this issue to their consideration. Thank you for your time and consideration.